What is that right there?
Oh my god, man. I cannot believe this.
What up, fam? Once again, thank you for listening to another one of my episodes here at Maxwell's Unearthly. Today, I have for you the continuation of part 1. Sorry about that motorcycle. I'm close to a window. And this is part 2 of Between Me and the Trailer Home. If you haven't listened to that one, I'd highly recommend that you do. I'll try to make this story as best accommodating to part 1, but yeah, part 1 is where you want to start. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get on with it. So I woke up the next morning. Night was a little rough, but I eventually did manage to get some sleep after that weird occurrence the night before, which I had talked about in part 1. So I kind of decided to put that weird experience in the back burner. I continued to prepare for my day, and to conclude my day for you guys, what happened when I woke up and got prepared. I met this girl that I was talking to you guys about that I met online. We had a fun day with her and her sister, and things seemed to get off to a really good start. So we really had a good time. Later on that night, as you can imagine, what was in the back burner got back to me and started thinking about it. Even though I will tell you that I didn't experience the same thing, just getting into that place, stepping out into the dark of the night in that trailer home, man, oh man, did it give me the heebie-jeebies. It was just a really ominous feel that it had, that the whole place had. Not essentially inside, although I did feel nervous and kind of like, beside myself when I was sleeping at night. The whole feeling, the more ominous feeling, was in the outside. The next day after that, I woke up, and I have to tell you about this really weird nightmare that I had. I'm sure you guys have had really weird nightmares, and you've really heard of really bizarre nightmares, but I will tell you mine because it connects with the rest of the story. And you don't want to miss part 3, because that's when I'm going to cut this. I'm going to try and cut this in at least 7 to 10 minute segments so that the video is not extremely long. So this nightmare that I had the night that I went to sleep and I woke up, I will describe to you. I was looking for, so in my dream, I was looking for this girl that I was dating, or that I came to Tennessee to meet. And I was frantically looking for her and her sister because for some reason I felt like something was wrong. Felt like they were in trouble. So I was outside. I didn't see anybody. I went inside. And I remember some weird things happening inside in regards to like me feeling dreadful. Didn't see anybody there, so I went outside, and I remember seeing a white sheet over what seemed to be the shape of a body on one of those, you know how the ambulances have these, man, I forget the word for this, but it was like, you know, it has wheels. So anyway, I really got spooked in my dream because I saw this white sheet, and I remember thinking, oh no, my worst fears were confirmed. I went out, I took a look at what was underneath the white sheet, and I saw her sister. And I remember thinking, oh no, this is not good. So I ran inside. Stretcher, that's what it was. It was a stretcher, ambulance stretcher. And I ran inside and I was looking for the girl that I was dating to see if I could find her. And I saw another stretcher with a white sheet covering a body. Didn't know what it was until I looked, and it was the girl that I was dating. And by this time I was just in my dream, I was frantic. And I remember trying to help them wake up in some way. And the weird thing was that the sister came in the house and she was telling me that it was just something had happened. And I don't, you know, it becomes very blurry after that, but I do remember them both clearly in a stretcher. And I remember seeing both their bodies, and I was freaked out. It was very scary. Very, very scary dream. Very ominous. Here's the weird thing, too, that you guys are going to freak out about this. This was weird. I'm trying to tell it as accurately as I can. I woke up the next morning. My trip was only about a weekend long, I believe. I came in like on I think Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or maybe just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm not sure. And it was just very short weekend just to see this person. And I was a little off from the nightmare. I remember getting ready and, you know, stepping out into the living room to greet my friends. And I remember a short time later, my friend comes out with his wife, I guess just to start the morning. And, you know, after chit-chatting for a couple minutes, I said, hey, man, I really want to tell you something. And then he was like, oh, I really want to tell you something too. And I thought, well, that's weird. So I let him go first. And I said, okay, you know, it seemed a little urgent like mine, but I didn't seem to give off the vibe that it was urgent from me, because I really wanted to tell him. But he seemed a little more agitated to tell me what he was going to tell me. And then, you know, he told me that he woke up with a really weird feeling and that he felt I should not travel after seeing this girl that day, because I guess he felt I needed to stay longer. I was like mind blown with that, because I was thinking, well, what could have led you to feel that way, you know? So then his wife comes out, and I don't see, that's the thing. I will tell you, I think his wife told me first, and then he did confirm what his wife felt, or it was vice versa. I know there was, I'm not really quite sure. One of them told me first, and then the other confirmed. I know that happened. So then after they told me their feelings, their vibes about what they felt, I told them my nightmare. And we were all just like blown away. And we just couldn't believe it. We're like, well, this must be like some sort of weird sign or whatever, you know? So what are we going to do? I said, well, let's think about it. Let's let the day go, and then we'll see what happens. So, to make matters worse, when I saw the girl that I came to visit that day, her and her sister had told me that they felt I should not leave after tonight, because apparently I was leaving the next day, as I remember. And I told them my nightmare. They were obviously on nerves and kind of spooked about it. They were like, whoa, that's really weird. So, you know, we went about our day. We had a good day, you know. Obviously, you know, we had no problems. We went throughout our day, and, you know, it was a good day. But how weird was it that everybody was in unison about the vibes that we were all getting? And we were all getting that, you know what, maybe it's a good thing to postpone the, you know, when you leave, maybe it's a good thing. And I thought, you know, maybe it is a good thing. Maybe I should just pay, you know, whatever it is, the fee that it is, to jump on the board on another plane the next day or whatever. So that is the story so far with part 2. I will let you go with this spooky nightmare that I had, and then we will conclude on the finale, or how do you say it? The finale of part 3, where things kind of glue the whole story together. It's kind of weird and really trippy, and I couldn't have told this story any other way. I feel like I would have taken like an hour in one video recording, which I don't think anybody wants to stick around for. But anyway, thank you so much, fam, for listening to Maxwell's Unearthly. This is part 2. Please click on part 1 if you haven't listened to part 1, so that part 2 makes more sense. And then we will continue to part 3 of this haunted paranormal experience that I had.